Welcome back, everyone. Lots of things happening right now with the Des Moines Orchestra. We are joined by two members. We have Kevin Alamain and Jonathan Sturm. So we've got a lot to talk about with this. Kevin, let's start with you. Can you talk about what your involvement is with the orchestra? Tell us who you are.
Sure. So I am one of the board members of the orchestra. I serve as the president right now. I'm also the principal clarinetist of the orchestra. And so as being that in those roles, I do as a musician, you know, being in the orchestra, but also I help with the administration side of things.
Okay, and then Jonathan, I know that you are going to be a guest conductor. Tell us why you're going to be a guest conductor with the upcoming season.
Well, this 50th anniversary season of the orchestra, they are bringing in 3 guest conductors as they look for their next music director and conductor. So I'm actually an applicant and an auditioning candidate for the job this time.
All right. So yes, you're up for the job. And with that being said, this means that the orchestra is looking for a new conductor. Talk about how that came about, Kevin.
Well, we had our former conductor, Carl Johnson, had been with us for about 21 years.
Wow.
And he retired in the spring of this year. And so with that retirement, we started doing planning for our next phase of our orchestra, which includes looking at who would be our new music director / conductor. So we solicited applications and narrowed the field down. So we have 3 amazing candidates. Jonathan is one of them. And so we're just excited to see what he can bring to the orchestra. And he has a lot of gifts. So we're excited to have him with us.
Absolutely. I imagine that it's going to be a tough selection, lots of talent. Jonathan, can you talk a little bit about what goes into being a conductor? I know that it's not an easy job.
It is an all-encompassing job in the long run. I mean, there's so much behind the scenes work that happens.
Yeah.
But I mean, what the audience sees is a person waving his arms.
Right. Seems so simple.
Seems so simple. Down, in, out, up.
Yeah.
But there's learning a score, which is, if you think of, there are 80 musicians in many orchestras.
Wow.
And of them, probably 50 or 20 to 50 different parts, depending on the score. So you have to learn all of those, see which is important, which is supportive, which is accompanying, which is soloing, and bring those out and work with the musicians to inspire them to give their best in the concert.
So there's a lot that goes into it, clearly. Definitely, like I said, a job that takes a lot of skill. You need to have a lot of knowledge, like you said. Let's talk about the upcoming season for the Moines Community Orchestra. Tell us about, you just kind of talked about the amount of musicians that you have. So tell us how many musicians there are and what we can expect if we want to come to a show.
Well, there tends to be around 60 musicians, give or take, for each concert. Jonathan helped program this particular concert, and so he'd be probably the right one to talk a little bit about the programming for this particular one. But we have a fall concert, we have a Messiah concert, which is a sing-along with the community, and then we have a winter concert in February and a spring concert in May.
Okay,
so, I'll
excellent.
let him talk a little bit about
wrap this up, Jonathan, by just telling us, about the upcoming show. I know you guys have one pretty soon, right?
Yes, October 26th, 2 p.m. at Cheslow Auditorium at Drake University. And Howard Hanson's big, romantic, lush American symphony, but also Phantom of the Opera, if you're a fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Sure. Lots of people out there, I imagine. I am.
Phantom of the Opera is on there, and a serenade that has Kevin in one feature role by William Grant Still, and several other pieces. It's an eclectic program that has something for everybody.
Oh, that is so great. Well, yes, I forgot to mention too, Kevin, that you are, of course, a musician, part of the orchestra as well, which is amazing. Well, I know that this is an opportunity to listen to some beautiful music, get to support the orchestra as well, which I know you guys really rely heavily on community support. So again, the new season coming up, we appreciate you both being here, and excited for you guys. And Jonathan, best of luck too with the show, being the guest conductor.
Yeah, it's been a privilege.